Welcome back. We're honored to be talking about the Super Bowl this year, coming to New Orleans. And, you know, it's really cool when you get to talk to a Super Bowl champion, a legend in the black and gold for the New Orleans Saints. And for me, it's quite an honor as well because Deuce McAllister joins us. And Deuce and I both went to the University of Mississippi and had a great time up there. And obviously he was doing great things on the football field. I was just trying to make my way in the journalism department, but and Deuce did as well, actually, going through journalism. Deuce, thanks so much for joining us this morning, talking a little bit about the Super Bowl. There's a lot going on in the Crescent City. How excited is the city and the area for the big game coming up?
Well, the excitement, you know, you look at the people, you look at the buildings, the streets, the bridges, how they, the improvements or at least the wraps and, just the lights, the different coloring. And so there's a lot of excitement in this city and, in the region in general. And so, I mean, we're excited about it. Anytime that you can host a Super Bowl, it's, a tremendous honor. This will be the 11th time that the city of New Orleans has hosted a Super Bowl. It's been 13 years. I mean, you don't think about it, last time Baltimore played in the Super Bowl here as far as the city, that was 13 years ago. And so, hopefully the fans, the people, they will see the difference, in the city, the improvements that the city has made, and even in the Superdome. I mean, you look at it over the last 5 years, the Superdome has had, the Mercedes-Benz Superdome has had over $500 million put into that venue just to continue to improve it and upgrade it.
Yeah, no doubt about it. The upgrades have been phenomenal, and I was actually at that Super Bowl. That was a fun one, the Ravens took it over the 49ers. That was a great game. When you're a visitor though, you come to the city. Even if you don't have a ticket, you actually have the opportunity to experience a lot that goes on with regards to the Super Bowl and the surrounding events, right?
Yeah, you definitely do, and it really starts, what's interesting is the NFL started a couple years ago with the media day, allowing fans to be able to come to that, and that all kicks off the Monday before the game. And so just to have that experience, to see some of the players and, just to be able to see them interact with the media, a lot of times it's like, well, I'm not really into football. Hey, there's some fashion questions that are asked. There's some, interests outside of the game of football that are talked about. And so it's just not, from a local or regional aspect of it. It's international reporters that come and they participate in it. So that's the first thing on media day. Wednesday, you have the NFL experience that opens up at the convention center. That will go from Wednesday to Saturday. And that is from former players like myself to even some of the current superstars in the NFL. They will be doing different things, whether it's taking pictures, you have the interactive games and different things that the NFL will have. And so the NFL experience, that, like I said, that's something for fans. Maybe you don't have a ticket to the big game, but that's something that they can do, and that's for, really all ages. Doesn't matter, as far as how old or how young, if you're a football fan or even if you just want to go and see, that's something that you can go to. But I think the coolest thing is the Mardi Gras style parade that will happen the Saturday before the big game. That's something that really only New Orleans can do, and so to have that, it'll be a fun parade. It's one that will happen downtown, and that's for all fans. They can come and experience it. We're in Mardi Gras season, so to have that type of parade to go on before the Super Bowl will be something that's unique to only New Orleans.
Absolutely, and you talk about Media Day. That's a few years back when the Saints were in the Super Bowl. That's where I kind of met up with you and took a picture with you, and we're showing that on our screen right now. I was a lot thinner than I am now, but no, it was a great experience to be able to cover the media day event. Now, like you said, it's open to the fans, and they can kind of enjoy it as well. So we look at the big game. Obviously there's still a lot of teams that are vying to get to New Orleans. Do you like any particular teams with regards to who's left? Obviously our Saints aren't in it, but that would have been nice.
Yeah, that would have been nice for the Saints to be able to participate in it. But since we are not in it, we want to be gracious hosts and, make sure that our fans, football fans, they come in and enjoy the city. I think, with the teams that's in it left, I'm just hoping for good matchups. And so good games to be able to watch. And then, both teams, anytime that you have maybe a fan base that hadn't been to the Super Bowl or hadn't experienced winning it, like a Buffalo or even, like the Detroit Lions, the excitement kind of builds. And so, we'll see if those are the two teams that are representative. But of the teams that are left, you've got some dynamic quarterbacks that are still there. You look at Patrick Mahomes, you look at Lamar Jackson, some of the things that they've been able to do. And so I think that we are in good position here in New Orleans to have a pretty good matchup.
All right, Deuce, thanks so much for the time. Really do appreciate it. Good to talk to you again. Always a pleasure. And if you're ever over here in Acadiana, man, give me a call. We'll go to lunch or something.
Well, hey, that's Boudin country, baby. You got to love it.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for the time, Deuce.